human trafficking, illegal migration by boats, the smuggling of contraband goods in the maritime environment continues to affect the security and stability of the sub-region. The economies of most of the sub-regional states are heavily dependent on the maritime domain for the promotion of economic, social, and cultural opportunities for development and prosperity.
In the development of a nation's welfare, security takes the greatest priority, according to the Taiwanese ambassador Samuel Chen, who emphasized that the absence of security means no viable economic progress and zero stability.
Defending the territorial integrity of the Gambia and creating a stable and viable economic environment promotes national development and economic growth. The Gambia has a coastline of 80 kilometers. Its maritime does not cover a vast area, but it is very important to hold midway of ships in Atlantic Ocean from Europe to Guinea Gulf, even to Southern Africa. The Gambian Navy is responsible for the maritime security of the Gambia, and their role includes fight against the illegal immigration and illegal drug and human trafficking.
A focused mutual partnership of exceptional nature, the relation between Taiwan and the Gambia has been constantly growing on a firm pedestal and has seen practical answers to critical national needs and endeavors. From resource provision to capacity enhancement, the drive, especially in the security terrain, has been one of strategic programs boosting efficacy, service delivery, and expertise.
We would all agree that within the framework agreement of our cooperation, exemplified, of course, by the excellent bilateral relations, which is predicated strongly on the mutual trust as well as respect for one another, the Republic of China on Taiwan continues to demonstrate, as always, its unwavering commitment, and particularly in complementing the development efforts and priorities and needs of the Gambia. This auspicious occasion we are witnessing today is, of course, the presentation of the 3 high-speed boats to the government of the Gambia for the Gambian Navy, and it's one of the most important and many other programs that have been extended to the Gambia by the Republic of China, Taiwan. And we all recognize, of course, the numerous assistance to the Gambia by Taiwan. And this is once again an example of this commitment.
Here, Vice President Jaya Siri expounds on the sweeping benefits set to be derived from this colossal presentation.
First, we will all agree that the assistance will surely enhance the capacity of the Gambia Armed Forces in meeting its constitutional obligations and responsibility, particularly in the maintenance of peace and security. And secondly, it would also help in the ongoing efforts in capacity building, infrastructural development, and agricultural activities within the defense sector. And finally, the assistance will specifically strengthen maritime security.
Safeguarding national territory, which includes maritime fortification, has constantly been a key priority of the Jammeh administration, which is clearly cognizant of emerging threats in marine exploitation, as well as attacks on carriers and shipping vessels happening in increasingly volatile sub-regional waters. Amid the growing peril of piracy and a sophisticated narcotics trade, complacency in territorial safety is the last thing on the government's agenda. Grts.
Now, Trust Bank Gambia Limited, as part of its support to the country's health sector, has donated computers valued at close to $200,000 to the Suleiman Junkung General Hospital in Buyang West Coast region. Mama J has more on that development in this report.
Visiting delegation, the Chief Executive Officer, Suleiman Junkung General Hospital, Keba Baji, gave an insight into the hospital date back in 2003. He thanked Trust Bank for being part of the development process of the country's health sector.
Trust Bank, who is not only a profit-oriented institution, but they are a living testimony of the corporate-led kind of institution.
Suleiman Junkun General Hospital is one of the 4 health facilities in the country where the government is running the community-based medical program in collaboration with the Cuban medical team.
This community-based program is moving away from the conventional or idea to say bourgeois method of training medical students in the university setting with air conditions, totally divorced from the communities. That's why President Jammeh feels, and rightly so, that this program suits our medical objectives in addressing the needs and aspirations of the Gambian people.
The Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, Balagaba Jahumpa, noted the community-based medical program is the brainchild of President Jammeh. The initiative, he said, is in line with the country's healthcare policy program.
It is a community-based program where, as possible, students are recruited from the communities itself, so that when they graduate from the course, they will be able to practice their profession, not in Banjul or in Serakunda, but from the very communities that they come from. In your own profession, as health workers and medical doctors, if there is a killer disease that is affecting the communities in the Gambia or worldwide, you would do a research for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, or for 20 years, until you discover a vaccine that can cure that particular disease. Then we say also a revolution has taken place in the medical sector.
Dudu Nyang is the Senior Marketing and Sales Manager at Trust Bank.
A lot of people, because of the various interventions that we do in this country, a lot of people call us Trust Bank philanthropists. Now, for me, a philanthropy is where you do very well in your chosen field, you have made huge amounts of money, and then you help to give back to your community. Ours is different. It's the community that has put us where we are. So we are just repaying what the community has done for us. So it's not just out of the kindness of our heart. We are just taking a bit of this enviable pedestal that you put Trust Bank on and just taking a bit of it to give back. We hope we could do more, but I am sure our heart is in the right place, and we will continue to complement government efforts to take Gambia where it needs to be.
The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, who is also responsible for National Assembly matters, Omar C., said a stakeholder meeting was held to look into the welfare of the new medical program in the interest of the students.
You asked for computers, the computers are here. You talk about the stipend, it has been increased from 400 to 1,000. You talk about the uniforms are provided. What else do you need? It's just to learn and come and give back to the community that you are trained for.
Mariam Sawane, a student representative, said the computers will go a long way in complementing their online research program. Following a request by the medical students, the government of the Gambia, under the leadership of President Jammeh, has increased from across the board the monthly stipend of these students from $400 to $1,000 effective end of August 2013. According to officials, issues of standard white coat uniforms for the students and recognition of degree certificates upon completion of the program has also been addressed. Mama J, GRTS.
Campers at the just ended second National Youth and Sports Summer Camp have appealed to people who abandon cutting down trees to stop destroying the forest and help conserve the environment for the country's future. During a tree planting exercise at the summer camp in Basse, the tree planting exercise, as MS Jallo tells us, was meant to remind the future leaders about the importance of trees and the environment.
These children, numbering 120, made the plea on behalf of the rest of the Gambian children during a tree planting exercise at the just ended 2013 National Youth and Sports Summer Camp in Basse. The tree planting exercise was part of a wide range of activities staged during the summer camp, aimed at teaching and molding the young campers